So you can begin in a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something to sit up on, feel free to grab that, and we'll begin with eyes closed. And these first few moments of class can be a time to kind of shift gears, slowing down. And checking in with your body, seeing what you notice right here, right now. And just like beginning a meditation practice, we might set an intention to be present. That throughout this time together, throughout this practice, we're just here doing this. There's nothing else you need to plan. There's no problem to solve. So that anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto that type of activity or checked out, overthinking, ruminating, all the things that human minds do, just when you notice, coming back, feeling this breath, feeling the shape your body is in right now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout the practice. So let's start with a gentle twist. We'll bring the left hand across, the right hand to the floor behind you. As you inhale, sit a little bit taller, and then as you exhale, try and rotate a little bit more. And then breath by breath, keep going. Little more height, little deeper twist. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder like you're wringing out. And then release and switch. Going gently at first. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then keep going, lengthening and twisting as if there were no end to what's possible. It may be very subtle what you're doing, but continuing, even more height, even more twist. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder. And then release back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front. Put some pressure between the arms, like you're going to pull your arms apart, and that can help spread between the shoulder blades, get into the upper back. You can move around within each pose. And then interlace fingers behind your back, maybe the other thumb on top this time. Open up the chest. And then fold. And this could be just dropping your head, or you might come part way or all the way over your legs, perhaps reaching arms up and back away from you. And then release. Come up, hands to knees. Round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Sitting tall. Drop your right ear over to right shoulder and we'll press down through the left shoulder, looking for a stretch on left side of the neck. If you lift or lower your chin, you might move the sensation to a little different part of your neck. Rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now a little bit more through the right side. Let's rotate chin to chest. Come back to the first side and then go back and forth a few times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Watching the sensation move from one side over to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. Just letting the weight of your arms fall. And then release the arms, head floats back up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. Lift the chest. Take it even higher. And then release. Come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from hands on knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's bring the feet to the floor, hip width apart. Shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet and then take a rock front to back. And we do want to get over the tightest part of the foot. So try and have your feet and knees pointing straight ahead. Go as slow as you need to, so you're being careful with places you may need to be careful with, but not avoiding what's tight. Getting right into it. Drop the heels, lift the hips, and come to hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart. Parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Take any movement here, maybe a little sway or shake out. Could help you let go. And then plant your hands near the front of your mat. Step back into a high push-up position. Connecting your head to your heels. Whole body in a straight, long line. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up. And then come into your back bend. And this could be low or high. Cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog. Take the time you need for all your transitions. You might move around a little in this first down dog, pedaling out the feet or shifting hips side to side. And then drop your knees and sink back to child's pose. Just practicing that as a good option, remembering that you have the option of resting anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Standing tall, mountain pose. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. You're welcome to drop your knees as you lower. Come into your back bend, cobra or up dog, and back to down dog. And here we'll take 5 deep breaths. That could be in down dog, but you're welcome to come back to child's pose, come to your forearms, come to sitting, any neutral shape. Can you find ease where you are now? Last deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee. Go as slow as you need to so you are exploring your full range. If this would work better from hands and knees, you're welcome to drop the left knee to the floor. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink hips low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across for a little side bend. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist, take it across. And then back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Still sinking hips, feeling grounded. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go. Like ragdoll, can you let your head hang, let your face relax? Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Feeling the shape you're in. Continuing to fine-tune. Is there any more expansion? Is there any more release? Last breath. And then make your way back to down dog, which could be through a vinyasa. You could just step back, or you might move in some other way. Each transition is for you. Take the time you need. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Let's grab the right wrist. Take it across, little side bend. And then over to the other side. Grab your left wrist, take it across. And then back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back, other thumb on top this time, the way you don't normally cross. Release, arms up, tip forward. Standing splits, hands to the floor or blocks or whatever you've got around the house. Stretch that right leg as long as you can. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Attending to all the details you are aware of, consciously doing the pose. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest, letting go of all of that. One more deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale, over to a side bend. Feel the whole right side connected, so when you're reaching through the fingers, feel it all the way down to the feet. Reach a little further out as you come up and release down. Same thing, other side. Big yawning reach. Reach a little further out, come up. And release down. We'll interlace fingers, press out through the palms. Take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels, or you might come all the way up. Engaging abdominals to support the back. Shoulders dropping, even as arms reach straighter and longer. And then start to fold forward, swan dive down, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet, maybe the upper legs, maybe the lower legs. Some of you might even reach for your ankles or heels. Even as you may be falling or wobbling, can the breath be steady and face relaxed? Let's release. Drop the hands, drop the heels, drop your head. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. So adjusting your feet so they're either all the way together or your legs are equally apart. Hips are nice and low, but head reaching high. Feel what's going up, what's going down, the whole body stretching in two directions. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, shift forward and find your balance. If you want to make this easier, you're welcome to keep your torso high and your leg low. You can go towards parallel to the floor, but that's one option. It's not the only option. So please customize this pose so it works for you today. Supporting leg can be bent or straight. You can choose any arm position. Can you connect the top of your head to your left foot? Feel them reach away from one another. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior 1, one breath. Release through some movement transition. Left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Modify or adjust how you need to. It's wonderful to be able to customize this practice. So even with injuries, even with aging, even with whatever's going on, you can find some shape that suits your needs. And sometimes we have to get quite creative about that. Last breath here. Step back, warrior 1. Release through your movement transition. Vinyasa is one option, not the only option. And then settle into a good rest. Down dog is one option. There are many others. See if you can find a pose where you're able to access ease. One more deep breath. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, one breath. Come in and step right back to warrior 1. From here, we'll open out to warrior 2. And then take your time adjusting into the pose, feeling what it's like to be here. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior 2. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. Reach out to come down. Can you keep expanding past the tips of the fingers, past the top of the head? One more breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, you might move in some other way. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior 3, one breath. Step back, warrior 1. Open out, warrior 2. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. What are you noticing here? Can you find something new in a pose that may be very familiar? Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest. Letting go. And doing your best to keep a slow, steady rhythm with your breath, whether you're resting or working. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. From here, we'll come into a twist. Can bring the left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. Maybe use your forearm instead if that works better for you. Keep looking for space and length, even when it's a little constricted in the twist. Last breath here. Come back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing other side, right elbow across. Last breath here. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Let's interlace fingers behind the back. Lift the chest, open up, and then fold forward, wrapping arms overhead. And you can separate your feet, hip width apart or wider. If this is too tight for your shoulders, you could also separate your hands by holding something between them, a strap or scarf or sock. Feeling the pull of gravity on your head, on your arms. And then release. Arms all the way down. Let's lower the hips and come into a squat, Malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you might widen your stance or turn your toes out. It's fine to balance on the toes as long as that feels okay for you, but if it's not feeling great, you might use some support, sitting on something or putting something under the heels. We're going to open up the knees using the elbows, and as best you can, roll your shoulders back and down so the chest is open. We'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding and keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that to the top. Feel the full length of your spine, from your tailbone all the way up past the top of your head. And then release. Let's come back to a forward fold. We'll turn feet back to parallel. Any arm position you like here, you might grab your big toes. Could take a handful of your hair and pull your head towards the floor, or maybe even give your own neck and shoulders a little squeeze. For those of you who are interested, we can take a crow pose before moving on. If you're not doing crow today or that's not a good idea, you can stay in a forward fold or come back to your squat. If you want to try crow, take a little step back from the front of the mat, hands shoulder width apart, knees somewhere to the upper arms, and then observe yourself in the process. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. If the feet become weightless, you might lift them up. Anywhere along that process is a good place to be, right where you are. Can you relax your face? Can you feel your breath right where you are right now? If you were in crow, you can release when you're ready. And then let's try stand hand as a little wrist release. One hand at a time slides under the feet so the toes are up to the wrists. If this does not work for you, of course, don't do it. In a moment, we'll make our way back to down dog. If you want to get another crow in, maybe hop out of crow, you're welcome to. You could also just step back or take a regular vinyasa to get back, or move in some other way. Feeling what you're doing, whatever you're choosing to do, and eventually finding your way back to down dog. from down dog, we'll take the right leg up, step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Let's come into a twist here. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. If there's a different variation of this you would prefer, you're welcome. You could instead do a low lunge by dropping the back knee or take a different arm position. We're building wherewithal. So some of these poses are overwhelming at first, and then through repetition we can have a little bit more wherewithal. How much are you able to take in now? Let's release. Hands to the floor, step up, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Rolling open through the left hip. When you're ready, extend left arm high. Feel free to bend the supporting leg or use something under your supporting hand. Last breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog, feeling what you're doing. Take the time you need. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Come into a twist. Right elbow across. You can modify or adjust however you need to. And then continue to explore. Can you feel how your spine is relating to your back leg? Can they form a straight, long line all the way through the back of the neck, past the top of the head? Last breath here. Release. Hands to the floor, step up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You can modify or adjust in any way and then feel where you are. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then let all of that go. Come to some neutral shape, surrendering. Let's come out to a high push-up position, and we're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. You can turn your head to one side. Maybe bring your hands under your head or arms back by your legs, and just let the weight of your body release into the floor. And then we'll turn the head to neutral, reach your arms forward, extend the legs a little further back, and then we're going to lift up through the arms and legs. Just a little bit is fine, more than high, go long. Try and have the arms even with the ears. You might drop your head a little, lift the arms a little, and then reach as long as you can through fingers, toes, top of the head, tail. And release. Turn your head the other way. Letting go again. Releasing into the floor. And back to neutral, arms forward, legs back. This time bring the legs all the way together. Big toes touching, inner legs touching, reach out to come up. Squeezing legs together. And then open your arms out to the side, letting the chest come up a little higher, a little freer. And then interlace fingers behind your back. Pull back through the knuckles, but still forward through the top of the head, still squeezing legs together. Keeping legs together, release the arms back out to the sides, back even with the ears, couple more seconds, and then release. Head to the other side, let that go. Let's bend the knees and reach back for the outsides of the feet for bow, Dhanurasana. If you need padding under your pelvis for this, feel free to put a cushion, towel, or blanket under there if you have one. Start to kick your feet back, letting the strength of the legs lift the chest up. Try and keep your knees just hip-width apart. Breath steady. And then release. Head to the other side. Let that go. Depending on how that felt, you can either stay resting, do that same thing again, or take a different belly down back bend. If you're in the mood for something a little more gentle, you could do Sphinx or Cobra or something else. If you are taking bow again, stay as long or short as you like. Could be just 1 or 2 breaths. Whenever the pose is complete, come down and rest. And this time, let's finish with a little windshield wiper side to side, releasing the lower back. And then press back to child's pose, spreading the lower back out. You might add a rabbit by grabbing the heels and pulling against them, rounding even more. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. If you want to take a vinyasa, you're welcome. If there's some other movement along the way, you're welcome. You can also just sit on back. Bring your knees in and take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then drop your feet to the floor and we'll get set up for a hip stretch. So we're going to cross the right ankle above the left knee. Reach the hands through, grab the left leg and hug it in as close as you can. As you do this, try and drop your shoulders, drop your chin so the back of your neck is long. To release, let's drop the left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling, flex and point your right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. And then keeping your right leg more or less where it is, straighten your left leg along the floor, pressing the back of the left leg down. And now let's open the right leg out to the right, just at a slight angle. One way you might support your leg is to have your elbow on the floor and your leg resting into your hand. You could also hold some other place if that works better for you. But keep the left leg grounded, Shoulders and neck relaxed, face relaxed. And then we'll bring this straight leg up and across for a spinal twist. If you're able, the left hand can grab the outside of the right foot. If that's too tight, you could either put a strap around it, bend your knee, or hold somewhere else on your leg. And go ahead and tip all the way over to the outside of that bottom leg. You can then roll open through the right shoulder. And if you want to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand can reach for your free foot. So your right hand can reach down for your left foot. You might pick up your torso in order to reach, and then once you have hold, drop back down. Last breath here. Let's roll back onto our backs. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock. Maybe shake the legs out a little. Same thing, other side. Drop your feet to the floor. Cross the left ankle above your right knee. Reach your hands through, grab the right leg, hug it in close. Imagine the whole back of the torso, back of the neck, everything spreading like you're melting into the floor. Let's release. Right foot to the floor. Straighten the left leg up. Flex and point. Circle your ankle a few times, both directions. And then straighten the right leg along the floor. Open your left leg out to the left. Let's bring the straight leg up and across. Opposite hand can take hold of the outside of the foot, calf, knee, or a strap. Bring it all the way over, opening out through the left arm. And if you did add that quad stretch on the other side, you can add it again on this side. And then release. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Little circle, rock. Maybe shake the legs out. And just check in with your body. Is there anything else that's needed for you before coming into Shavasana? You are welcome to wrap up your practice in any way you like. If you want to take an inversion, a spinal twist, a restorative pose. And if nothing's needed, you can start getting your body props, clothing sorted so that you're as comfortable as possible in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Take the time you need. If something's not feeling quite right and you can do something about it, keep adjusting until you feel satisfied. And eventually settle into stillness, letting go. You can let go of the control of your breath. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in and roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. Come back to a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring hands together at the heart. And take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. You could extend that gratitude out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide, maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.